Hello, everyone. Welcome to Alex's English Podcast. I'm Alex, and this is your favorite English learning channel where we discuss important life topics in simple, easy-to-understand English.
Hi, everyone. I'm Anna, and I'm excited to be here with Alex today.
Today, we want to talk about something that affects everyone, but many people find scary or confusing: personal finance management.
Yes, money management is so important, but many people don't know where to start.
I remember when I first started working, Anna, I spent all my money every month and never saved anything.
What happened?
One day, my car broke down and I needed $500 to fix it. I didn't have any money saved, so I had to borrow from my parents.
That must have been embarrassing and stressful.
It was. That's when I realized I needed to learn how to manage my money better.
And that's exactly what we want to help our listeners with today.
Many people think managing money is only for rich people or math experts, but that's not true.
Anyone can learn to handle their money wisely with the right knowledge and habits.
So let's start with the foundation, Anna. What's the first step in managing your finances?
The first step is understanding where your money goes. Many people don't know how much they spend each month.
That's so true. How can someone start tracking their money?
It's simple. Write down everything you spend money on for 1 week. Include everything: coffee, bus tickets, groceries, rent.
You can use a notebook, your phone, or a simple app.
The goal is to see your spending patterns. You might be surprised by what you discover.
What do you mean by spending patterns?
For example, you might spend $30 per week on coffee without realizing it. That's $120 per month just on coffee.
I see. So tracking helps you understand your habits.
Exactly. And it helps you see the difference between needs and wants.
Can you explain needs versus wants?
Needs are things you must have to live: food, housing, transportation to work.
And wants?
Wants are things that make life more enjoyable but aren't necessary. Eating out, new clothes, entertainment.
Both are okay, but you need to balance them in your budget.
Speaking of budgets, let's talk about creating one. What is a budget, Alex?
A budget is a plan for your money. It tells you how much to spend on different things each month.
Why do people need budgets?
Without a budget, it's easy to spend too much and save too little. A budget helps you control your money instead of your money controlling you.
What's a simple way to create a budget?
There's a popular rule called the 50/30/20ths rule.
What does that mean?
50% of your income goes to needs like rent and food. 30% goes to wants like entertainment. 20% goes to savings.
That sounds manageable. But what if someone's needs cost more than 50%?
Then you need to adjust. Maybe 60% for needs, 20% for wants, and 20% for savings. The important thing is to save something.
And budgets should be realistic, right?
Absolutely. If your budget is too strict, you won't follow it.
Let's talk about emergency funds. What is an emergency fund?
An emergency fund is money you save for unexpected problems, like medical bills, car repairs, or losing your job.
How much money should be in an emergency fund?
Experts suggest saving enough to cover 3 to 6 months of your basic expenses.
That sounds like a lot of money.
It is, but you don't have to save it all at once. Start small. Even $25 per month helps.
Where should people keep their emergency money?
In a savings account that's easy to access, but separate from your regular checking account.
Why separate?
If it's separate, you won't accidentally spend it on regular things.
What kinds of situations would you use emergency money for?
Medical emergencies, major car repairs, home repairs, or unexpected job loss.
Not for vacations or shopping?
No! Those are wants, not emergencies.
Now let's talk about debt. Many people have debt from credit cards or student loans.
Debt can be really stressful, but there are smart ways to pay it off.
What's the first thing someone should do if they have debt?
List all your debts, how much you owe, the minimum payment, and the interest rate for each one.
Then what?
There are 2 popular methods to pay off debt: The first is called the snowball method.
How does that work?
You pay the minimum on all debts, but put extra money toward the smallest debt first.
Why the smallest?
When you pay off the small debt completely, you feel successful. This motivates you to keep going.
What's the other method?
The avalanche method. You pay extra money toward the debt with the highest interest rate first.
Which method is better?
The avalanche method saves more money, but the snowball method helps you feel more motivated. Choose what works for your personality.
How can people avoid getting into debt?
Don't buy things you can't afford to pay for immediately, especially luxury items.
What about credit cards?
Credit cards can be useful, but pay the full balance every month. Never just pay the minimum.
Why not?
Because the interest rates are very high, often 20% or more per year.
Let's talk about saving money. Why is saving important?
Saving helps you reach your goals and gives you security. It also helps your money grow over time.
How does money grow?
Through compound interest. When you save money, the bank pays you interest. Then you earn interest on your interest.
That sounds like free money.
In a way, it is. But you have to start early to get the most benefit.
What's the best way to save money?
Automatic savings. Have money automatically moved from your checking account to your savings account each month.
Why automatic?
If it's automatic, you can't forget to do it or decide to spend the money instead.
How much should people save each month?
Start with whatever you can afford, even $10 or $20 per month. The habit is more important than the amount.
Should people have different savings goals?
Yes, you might save for short-term goals like a vacation and long-term goals like buying a house.
Alex, let's talk about investing. What's the difference between saving and investing?
Saving is putting money in safe places like bank accounts. Investing is buying things that might grow in value over time.
Like what?
Stocks, bonds, or mutual funds. But investing has more risk than saving.
What do you mean by risk?
With investing, you might make more money, but you might also lose money.
That sounds scary.
It can be, but historically, good investments grow over many years. The key is to start small and learn.
When should someone start investing?
After you have an emergency fund and have paid off high-interest debt like credit cards.
What about people who don't know anything about investing?
Start with simple investments, or talk to a professional financial advisor.
Let's discuss smart spending habits. How can people make better purchasing decisions?
One great technique is the 24-hour rule.
What's that?
Before buying something expensive, wait 24 hours. Often you'll realize you don't really need it.
That's smart. What about finding good deals?
Compare prices at different stores or websites. Don't buy the first thing you see.
How can people avoid impulse buying?
Make a shopping list and stick to it. Don't shop when you're emotional or stressed.
What about sales and marketing tricks?
Remember that 50% off doesn't mean you need to buy it. You only save money if you were going to buy it anyway.
Should people always buy the cheapest option?
Not always. Sometimes it's better to spend more for better quality, especially for things you'll use for many years.
Now let's talk about planning for the future. Why is this important?
Life changes, and you want to be financially prepared for different stages.
What kinds of future planning should people think about?
Retirement, buying a home, having children, or starting a business.
Retirement seems so far away for young people.
But starting early makes a huge difference. Even small amounts saved when you're young grow into large amounts over time.
What about insurance?
Insurance protects you from big financial losses. Health insurance, car insurance, and life insurance can all be important.
Let's talk about common financial mistakes people make.
One big mistake is living paycheck to paycheck when you don't have to.
What do you mean?
Some people spend everything they earn, even when they could save some money.
What other mistakes do people make?
Not having any financial goals, borrowing money for things they don't need, and not understanding financial products before using them.
What about comparing yourself to others?
That's a big problem. Social media makes people think everyone else has more money than they do.
But that's often not true.
Right. People usually only show their best moments online, not their financial struggles.
How can people build confidence with money management?
Start small and celebrate your wins. If you save $50 in a month, be proud of that.
What about when people make financial mistakes?
Everyone makes mistakes. The important thing is to learn from them and keep trying.
How can people learn more about money management?
Read books, take free online courses, or attend financial workshops in your community.
What tools can help with money management?
There are many helpful apps for budgeting and tracking expenses. Some popular ones are Mint, YNAB, and Personal Capital.
What about people who need more help?
Consider talking to a financial advisor, but make sure they're qualified and trustworthy.
Alex, let's help our listeners create an action plan. What's the first step someone should take today?
Track your spending for 1 week. Write down every purchase, no matter how small.
What's the second step?
Create a simple budget using the 50/30/20 rule we talked about earlier.
Third step?
Start an emergency fund, even if you can only save $10 per month at first.
And the fourth step?
If you have debt, choose either the snowball or avalanche method and start paying it off faster.
What about long-term steps?
Set financial goals for 1 year from now and 5 years from now. Write them down.
How often should people review their finances?
Check your budget and goals every month. Make adjustments as needed.
Remember, managing money is a skill that anyone can learn.
That's right. It takes practice, but it gets easier over time.
Let's review the main points for our listeners.
First, track your spending to understand where your money goes.
Second, create a realistic budget that includes saving money.
Third, build an emergency fund for unexpected expenses.
Fourth, pay off debt using either the snowball or avalanche method.
Fifth, start saving and investing for your future goals.
Sixth, develop smart spending habits and avoid common financial mistakes.
And finally, keep learning and adjusting your financial plan as your life changes.
Now let's give our listeners a challenge.
This week, choose one financial action to take. Maybe start tracking your expenses or open a savings account.
Or maybe calculate how much you need for an emergency fund.
The important thing is to start somewhere, even if it's small.
We'd love to hear about your financial goals and successes.
Please share in the comments below this episode. What financial habit do you want to start?
Or tell us about a financial mistake you learned from. Your story might help other listeners.
If today's episode was helpful, please subscribe to Alex's English Podcast.
When you subscribe, you get all our new episodes about improving your English and your life skills.
We publish practical content every week.
And please like this episode if you learned something new about managing money.
Your likes help other English learners discover our podcast and improve their financial knowledge too.
Thank you so much for listening to Alex's English Podcast today.
We hope you feel more confident about managing your money now.
Remember, taking control of your finances is one of the best things you can do for your future.
Start small, be patient with yourself, and keep learning.
See you next week, everyone.
Goodbye and happy saving.